our class. Yes, it is in progress, and then we need to share the screen. You see that today we continue speaking about lifestyle. So the topic that we started last class. And let us start with the full screen. Well, do you see the full screen slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Well, today we'll just speak about doing some physical activities and that the doctor advised to their patient who have some problems with their health.
Excuse me, ma'am. It's not in full screen, ma'am. We can see the slide, but it's not in full screen.
Ah, it's not full screen. Okay, thank you that you've said this. Let us just try it one more time, like here.
Yeah, it is, ma'am.
Okay, good. So I mean that there are some phrases that consist of a verb and a noun phrase, and we should match each verb with the best noun phrase to create general advice for exercising. I mean that it should be connected with doing some physical exercise. So we have the word, the meaning of the word kick, which means give up, and so the first phrase, take up. There are two options here. Which one should we choose? If we speak about doing exercise,
some physical activity.
Some physical activity.
Exactly. Take up some physical activity. Kick, which phrase is better to use here?
Old habits.
Okay, which means give up old habits. So on the next slide, there are two words that we should focus on. Regime, this is a plan here in this context, that settle into, like get used to something. So the phrase stick to.
A new regime. Amount of exercise you do.
Yes. A new regime is all right, but if we speak about doing exercise, it's better to choose B. And settle into
new routine.
New routine.
Yes. Well, some more phrases here. Increase.
The amount of exercise you do gradually.
Gradually. It's very important that you should increase it gradually. Then make
Minor changes.
Minor changes, of course. And here we have devise, which means to produce, to create. So devise
your own
exercise program.
Your own exercise.
Which is very important for a healthy lifestyle. And so these phrases are given here. So, and we should decide which phrase to use it in which gap. So we should add the phrases to the sentences. Settle into a new routine, stick to a new regime, increase the amount of exercise you do gradually, kick old habits, take up some physical activity, devise your own exercise program, and make minor changes. Well, if we have a look at the first sentence, which phrase is better to use here? So, what do you think?
Settle into new routine.
Take up some physical activity.
You'll begin to notice some improvement.
Make minor changes.
Yes, maybe. Also possible. Yes, I think everything is possible, right? Once you settle into a new routine, you'll begin to notice some improvement. Once you stick to a new regime, increase the amount, kick old habits. Okay. Well, yes, I would like you to do it like in written form. Mitya is coming. to write the sentences individually and distribute the phrases verb plus noun, so among the sentences, so that it is used only once. Each phrase should be used only once. Okay, so let us just I'll give you 3 minutes to write the sentences using the phrases which are given above. Okay, start please. Well, so let us read what we've written. So the second sentence, Manish, will you read it, please?
Yeah, ma'am. If you make minor changes and set yourself achievable aims, you will be more likely to succeed.
Okay. Does anyone have a different version?
I think it could be devise your own exercise program and set your achievable aim, and you'll be
Yes.
more likely to succeed.
Okay, also possible. That's it. And now the next number 3, Pradeep, please.
Yes, ma'am. It is difficult to kick old habits, but once you have got into it.
So other versions?
It is difficult to settle into a new routine, but once you have got it, you can do it.
Yes. So I think it's better because you have got into it. Yes, you should get into it. Okay. So the next, Rohita, please. Is Rohita here?
Yes, ma'am. Have you thought of getting someone to help you?
What did you write?
Devise your own exercise.
Sorry?
Devise your own exercise program.
Okay, yes, because developing some program is takes some skills. Okay, what else is possible to use here?
Make minor changes.
to help you making to make minor changes. Okay. Well, the next is for Bhuvanesh. Number 4, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Bhuvanesh.
Have you thought of getting someone to help you increase the amount of exercise
Number 5, please.
gradually? Yes, start small and then try to increase the amount of exercise you do gradually.
Yes, this is the best just phrase to be used here in this sentence. Well, so Hita, the next one.
Yes, ma'am. It's better to take up some physical activity that fits into your daily routine.
Okay. And the 7th is for Afnan.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 7, please.
Dash is not easy. It is not impossible to break them. No. Kick old habits, ma'am.
Okay. Is
Kick
not
old
easy.
habits is not easy.
Yes.
Or it could be stick to a new regime. It is not easy, but it is not.
But we are speaking about them. So I think kicking old habits is better here. Okay. Well, and so if we move to the next slide here, there is information about more specific examples for physical activities. The list of activities is given here, and you can recommend some of them using the phrases you can or you could. For example, if as a doctor or if you talk to a person who needs your advice, what would you recommend using these ideas or some other ideas of your own ideas? So let us listen to Khadija.
Yes, ma'am.
So please, what would you recommend?
Some exercises.
So
I
you
think
can
running or visit a gym.
So you may say you can
Yes.
start with running or visiting a gym.
Yes. Or could yes.
Okay, so good. Musharafuddin, are you here? No reply. Minus. Mayuka.
Yes, ma'am. For example, you can, if you can get off the bus 1 or 2 stops earlier, you can walk from there, and that would be also physical activity.
Okay, yes. But first, you need to find out whether the person, your patient, uses the bus, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, well, we were speaking about some problems with patients and how the doctor should deal with them. But on the other hand, the doctors themselves also experience some stress, and increasing stress is a feature of society as a whole. And according to national test score, general practitioners score twice on stress. Question: what do you think are the 3 main causes of stress faced by doctors in general practice? The 3 main causes of stress.
Maybe due to heavy workload. First thing.
Yes, heavy workload. Okay, one of the.
And second is, ma'am, like the seniors all the time instructing them in a really bad way.
So
putting pressure on them to ask the work which is assigned later, but they want it earlier.
So challenging tasks.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Working hours without break.
Exactly. Yes. People work a lot. Don't think about breaks. What else? Any more? things. Okay, and so these are the causes of stress, and now state one main effect of stress on a doctor: clinical work, the general practice, and home life. Effect of stress on clinical work. So what is it?
If
Or-
they are
Yes.
like, if their work is not satisfiable, or like if they have not done it completely, or they have doubt in their clinical work, or
Yeah, if something goes wrong.
yeah,
They can make mistakes, right?
yeah.
In diagnostic mistake, for example. Okay. So, and what about home life?
Yeah, it's difficult for a doctor to cope up with both.
Time. Yeah, give
They
time
don't
to
have
family.
time for their family.
Yes, they'll have problems with their family because of the stress at work. Okay, and so there is a logo of one organization which is called the British Medical Association, BMA. So the question, what actions can doctors take to reduce the stress they can face at work? So what should we do if we are stressed?
Doctors should be like given a particular time, like 6 to 8 hours of working time. The shift should be changing.
Have
There should
some
be
rest.
morning shift or night shift, like that.
Yes. And they should eat properly, and they should like also take good care of themselves so that they could not feel tired, etc.
Okay.
Should
They
at least
should
have
take
minimum
rest.
hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep.
Can you recommend physical activities as we were speaking about recommendations to the patients?
Meditation.
Meditation. So I know that in your country, yoga is a very common activity, right? Do you do yoga yourself? Do you practice yoga?
No, ma'am.
No.
Sometimes.
We
says-
like pray 5 times, so it's our yoga.
Who says that you do it?
Me, ma'am, Khadija.
Khadija, great. Interesting. Does it help you to release, to reduce stress? Khadija.
Yes, ma'am, it does help a lot.
Interesting.
And there's, ma'am, a kind of scientific experiment on it that when you bow down and your forehead touches the ground, so it releases all the bad, you can say, signals, etc., to the ground, so you feel relaxed, etc.
Interesting. Okay, I'll try to do this. Okay, maybe this is one of the recommendations of the British Medical Association, because they offer a confidential stress counseling service for their members. Is there a similar service in your country? The service that helps doctors?
Actually, we don't know, ma'am. But
We haven't
nowadays,
heard about anything yet,
yeah.
like related to this.
Nowadays, stress relief means like listening to music also can relax a person, or
So this is just your own piece of advice.
Ma'am,
Okay.
like when doctors come home, so they usually is like, I'm tired, give me massage, or my feet are tired. So it's like this. They should be given a massage for free, massage centers.
Yes, okay. Maybe such kind of service can be introduced in every hospital, in the clinic where doctors work, right? So just to
Yes.
help them to relax. Okay. And so here is also just some information about stress. Imagine the situation that a fellow doctor has mentioned in an email to you that he is stressed in his new general practice in Australia. And he mentions that he has too much work. Then he mentions rapid changes in technology, which can also be a source of stress, as you see. Then he mentions the fact that he never takes breaks. We were speaking about this. And he's reluctant to talk to his colleagues and family as he does not want to appear weak. So he just thinks about his image. And the task here is to write a reply mentioning one or more of the factors which he writes, and describe a real past situation where you face stress and how you dealt with it. So just to encourage him and to support him. So you should describe a real past situation when you were dealing with stress. So is it clear?
Yes.
So you should write.
Yes, ma'am.
So please,
Yes, ma'am.
just 3-4 minutes for you to write. Just as a letter to your friend. Start, please. Well, let us just listen what you have written. Let us listen to Mayuka.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
What I faced stressed about was recently I faced stressed about exams. Probably we had to memorize a lot of information and a lot of medical terminology, and that too in a less period of time. That was really stressful because these marks are very important to us. And how I dealt with it was I took like gaps for like I took a break after an hour, and I studied for 1 hour, and then I took a break of 10 minutes. In that break, I used to eat food and listen to some music.
And so how successful were you at the exams?
I think I'm satisfied with my marks.
I see, great. Okay, so good example. Just let us listen to Rina, please. Rina.
Ma'am, means
Yes.
how I faced about stress, ma'am.
Mhm.
Ma'am, when I felt stress, I got so much headache that I thought that I can't do anything. Then I started to do meditation, ma'am. So by doing meditation, I felt relaxed, and from that time onwards, when I am preparing for any exam or anything, ma'am, I remembered all things by doing meditation. It felt me so good, ma'am, like physically and mentally.
This is what you advise your colleague, your fellow doctor, right? Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, any more ideas? So we were speaking about taking breaks, about meditation. What are the other ideas? Who would like to share your experience with us?
Among the other ideas would be
Mhm.
that try to, like, if there is a stress or something, then try to tell yourself that only few people can make it here, and I'm one of the luckiest of those people. And he should like find a passion in these busy days for himself. Like he should start loving his job, etc. Then he will not be able to feel tired.
Mhm. Yes, this is just some more general idea, right? To understand your mission in this life. Mhm. Great. So any more ideas? Mhm. Mhm. Bhargavi?
Yes, ma'am. I used to be, I faced my stress before the exam, like 1 hour before the exam or something like that. Then I used to say myself, like, calm down, nothing will happen, it will go nicely. And I used to walk half an hour for half an hour
Mhm.
so that my stress could be released.
Okay. So anyway, physical activity just helps very much in this
Yeah.
situation. Okay, let us move on, and now we are going to look at some statements here. And these are the statements from the conversation between the doctor and his patient. Let us look at them and just try to understand what they're talking about. What is their conversation about?
I think about the about stress only, I guess, because
Sorry?
and habits or maybe like that.
About eating habits.
Eating habits, and so that
Exercise
Doing
yeah.
exercise also.
and dieting also.
Exactly.
Maybe following a healthy diet.
Yes. Okay. Now we are going to yes.
Listening to.
Just a minute.
It is.
We are going to listen to the conversation, and here we need to understand if these statements are true or false. Okay. Now let's start listening, and you'll tell me if you hear.
And I've tried to cut out. Listening to.
Do you hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Listening to. It isn't easy to lose weight, as there are so many ways to do it that people find it difficult to choose from them. And there are so many temptations as well. Have you tried to diet before?
Yes, but none of them worked.
What did you do?
I've tried various diets like the Atkins diet, and I've bought various commercial diets, but I found I couldn't stick to them.
What do you think the problem is?
I tend to snack a lot during the day with crisps and fizzy drinks and biscuits and sweets. I'm sitting around a lot at work, and I've tried to cut out all these things, but it's impossible.
It's difficult to break habits like this, but there are ways around it. Rather than cutting out everything suddenly, it's perhaps better to do it gradually. You could have diet cola instead of the normal cola, or better still, fresh fruit juice, low-fat crisps, and introduce some fruit. The danger is trying to do everything at one time and then giving up. Then, when you get used to it, you can make more changes.
Maybe I could give it a go.
What about exercise?
Well, I spend most of my day at a desk. When I was younger, I used to swim and I did some yoga, but not anymore.
We've all been a bit more active in the past. Have you thought of taking up swimming again?
Yes, but it's time. After work, I'm too tired to do anything, and it's difficult to cut down eating as it makes me irritable.
Okay, so let us comment on the statements here. Vidya,
Yes, ma'am.
so the first
The
sentence.
patient has tried to diet before. Yes, ma'am. As she wants to lose her weight, she tried to diet before.
Exactly. Okay. So Lahari, please, the second one.
Yes, ma'am. The patient has tried to stop eating crisps and other junk foods in the past. Yes, ma'am.
It's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am.
So then the next is for Manish.
Yes, ma'am. The doctor says a gradual approach. Yes, ma'am. Instead of stopping it suddenly, he asks him to do it slowly in a stepwise manner.
Yes, gradual approach. That's it. Okay. Well, Pradeep, please, the next one, number 4.
So the doctor is sympathetic to the patient situation. I think no, ma'am.
No? Do you all agree that the doctor is not sympathetic? Beautiful music, yes. Well, I think it's true. The doctor is sympathetic, of course. Well, then Rohita.
Yes, ma'am. The patient is reluctant to try the approach suggested by the doctor.
So reluctant. She doesn't want to do any to make any changes. Is it true or false? Who can help us?
I think it's false. As she said, okay, I can try it.
Yes, yes, it's false, of course. Okay. The next is for whom? For Vanesh.
So the doctor suggests taking up yoga as an exercise.
True or false?
Maybe he suggested the way of swimming or false.
False. Yes, this statement is false. And then Sohita.
Yes, ma'am. The patient's excuse is to do with injury. It's false, ma'am. Her problem is that she gets too tired after her work to do anything.
Exactly. Okay. And
Listening to
the question, how would you describe the doctor's approach? Is it sensitive or annoying? Sensitive.
Sensitive.
Or annoying? Sensitive, yes.
Sensitive.
Would the doctor's suggestions work in all cases?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, not in all cases.
What does it
In
depend
general,
on?
good food and health exercise is fine, but for every person it is different because some of them may be allergic or they may have some limitations. in physical activity also. So it is different for everyone.
Mhm. Okay. Also, the same is about diet, right?
Yes, ma'am. They may have some allergies or something else.
And few people really can't diet, even though if they want to.
Okay, so we in this situation we also speak about some patient-centered approach. Yes, some individual approach to every patient. Okay, it looks like yes, we have 1 minute left, so let's take a break and so meet in